우리나라와 이스라엘은 여러모로 공통점을 갖고 있습니다. 두 나라 모두 1948년에 건국되었다라는 것도 그렇고요. 또 두 나라 모두 어려운 경제 상황 속에서 세계가 놀랄 만한 성장을 이루었다라는 것도 똑같습니다. 뿐만 아니라 두 나라 모두 똑같은 국가 안보 상황을 맞이하고 있다는 것도 공통점이라고 할 수 있죠. 그런 면에서 우리는 이스라엘을 친근하게 볼 수 있고 또 이스라엘을 둘러싼 국제 정세가 우리나라에 직간접적으로 영향을 미치고 있는 이런 상황에서 우리는 이스라엘을 좀 자세하게 들여다보고 이해할 필요가 있을 거라 이렇게 생각을 합니다. 그래서 저는 오늘 주한 이스라엘 대사이신 하임 호센 대사님과 함께 지금 이스라엘의 여러 가지 상황과 또 한국에서의 생활 이런 여러 가지 이야기를 들어보도록 하겠습니다. 대사님 이렇게 초청해 주셔서 고맙습니다. Thank you very much. 저희 브래드TV는 한국에서 유일한 이스라엘 선교 전문 방송입니다. 혹시 대사님께서는 우리 브래드TV에 대해서 들어보신 적이 있거나 또는 방송을 보신 적이 있는지요? 보셨다면 소감을 좀 부탁 좀 드리겠습니다.
Thank you very much for coming to my residence, the residence of the ambassador of Israel. I appreciate it very much. Definitely I heard about Bradtv and I'm quite aware of your different programs about Israel, and I would like to use this opportunity and thank you very much for your coverage of my country, which is fair coverage, and this is opportunity for the Korean public to get knowledge about Israel, about different aspects of the state of Israel, not only political, but tourist aspects and others. And this is especially important for us due to the background of sometimes unfair and distorted coverage by some other media.
제가 알기로는 대사님께서는 한국에 부임하신 지 이제 한 11개월 정도 됐다 이렇게 들었는데 대사님께서는 한국에 오시기 전에 이스라엘에서 혹시 한국에 대해서 이야기를 얼마나 들으셨는지요? 그리고 또 한국에 와서 직접 살아본 소감 어떻습니까?
Well, I knew quite well about Korea before I came here, and this is maybe the reason why I put my candidacy to be ambassador in Korea. I'm an old Asia and I'm dealing with Asian affairs since my youth. Since my university days, I'm a graduate of the East Asian Studies department at the Hebrew University in Jerusalem, and during my studies I had the opportunity to learn about Korean history and culture, and I spent 10 years of my life in Tokyo in different functions, and of course I followed very closely what happening here, and also in different functions I fulfilled in the headquarters. But of course it's never like living here and knowing the people from close, and I'm really fascinated by what I see here. It's really a wonderful experience, and I'm very proud to be the ambassador of Israel in Korea, because during my time here I felt, and I feel still now, the warmth of the people, the knowledge about Israel, the friendliness about Israel, and I think Korea is one of the most friendly nations to Israel. And I'm also amazed by your country. I had the opportunity also to visit different provinces like Jeju-do, Busan, Soraksan, and of course Seoul is a very wonderful city which offers a lot of opportunity to people who live here. And I admire you, I admire the Korean people, diligent, persistent, bright. It's a miracle what you have done here. In only tens of years you succeeded to turn your country from a very poor country. Actually, I learned that before the 70s the level of living, the standard of living here was even lower than North Korea, to a flourishing and succeeding country. You are today the 11th economy in the world, and this is something to admire. I'm very happy here.
자, 이제 좀 본격적으로 좀 질문을 드리겠습니다. 과거에 그 미국의 오바마 대통령 시절에는 이스라엘과 미국의 관계가 그렇게 썩 좋지 않고 많이 불편했었습니다. 그러다가 이제 도널드 트럼프로 이제 대통령이 바뀌면서 미국과 이스라엘의 관계가 좀 많이 좋아지고 있고, 또 최근 들어서 유엔 주재 미국 대사 니키 헤일리가 또 이스라엘에 가서 이제 그동안 유엔에서 이스라엘을 괴롭혔던 일들을 앞으로는 없도록 하겠다 이렇게 이야기하면서 미국과 이스라엘의 관계가 좀 많이 변화될 것 같아요. 대사님께서 보시기에는 앞으로 미국과 이스라엘 어떻게 관계가 발전될 거라고 이렇게 전망하십니까?
Indeed, you are right. This administration, the Trump's administration, is a very friendly administration toward Israel. There are long relations between our Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and President Trump, who have known each other for many years. And we are very satisfied to see that the current administration is very attentive to Israel needs, different needs, especially its strategic needs and its interests. And President Donald Trump has declared many occasions before the elections and after the elections that he is a friend of Israel. He is a great supporter of the state of Israel, and he will take care of the interests of Israel. And I think a very important point which I would like to emphasize is that this administration has told us that it won't do anything which will harm the interests of the state of Israel, nothing which will be in contradiction to the interests of Israel, and won't force the government of Israel to do things like this. And so far it has proved itself. We have seen the very, very courageous stance that Ambassador Nikki Haley is doing in the United Nations, protecting the state of Israel and not letting bashing of Israel in the international organization. We are very happy with this administration. It's not only Donald Trump, you mentioned Nikki Haley, and also the other people around the president, like very close political consultant Jared Kushner. Yes, this is a good administration.
미국의 도널드 트럼프 대통령에 당선되기 전에 이스라엘에다가 이제 약속하기를 텔아비브에 있는 미국 대사관을 예루살렘으로 옮기겠다 이렇게 약속을 했는데, 또 최근 들어서는 그 약속이 좀 연기됐어요. 어떻습니까? 그 대사님께서 보시기에는 미국 대사관이 텔아비브에서 예루살렘으로 옮겨질 수 있다 이렇게 보시는지요? 그리고 정작 이스라엘의 입장, 반응은 좀 어떻습니까?
I hope very much that it's going to happen in the future, but Israel's position is very clear on that issue. It was expressed several times by our Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Of course, we are supporting the move of the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Not only the American embassy, but we think that all embassies actually should be in Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the eternal capital of the state of Israel. It's the place where Jews yearned and prayed for 2,000 years. It's the most important place and site for the Jewish people. It's where the Wailing Wall is, where our holy places are. Jerusalem is in the heart of every Jew. It's the symbol of the Jewish people. This is our capital. So I will reiterate, our position is very clear. The embassy should be in Jerusalem, and also the other embassies.
미국의 전 오바마 대통령은 이란과 핵 협상을 타결을 했을 때 이스라엘의 베냐민 네타냐후 총리께서는 그것에 대해서 굉장히 강력하게 반대를 하셨습니다. 그런데 지금 그 뒤에 도널드 트럼프 대통령이 당선되면서 미국과 이란과의 핵 협상은 무효다 이렇게 이야기를 했습니다. 현재 이스라엘의 입장은 좀 어떻습니까?
Israel's position on this matter is also very clear and was expressed by Prime Minister Netanyahu many times. It hasn't changed. We still think that the agreement with Iran is a very problematic agreement. I think also the Americans think this is a problematic agreement. President Trump thinks it's a problematic agreement. And why is it problematic agreement? Because of several reasons. The first one is that this agreement is very temporary. It has a limit of time. It is going to expire in 10 or 15 years. What will be afterwards? This is one problem. The other problem that the agreement doesn't cover all the mechanisms of preventing Iran from reaching the ability to destroy another country by nuclear power. And why? It only covers their abilities to develop the nuclear head itself, but not the ballistic missiles. And they are continuing to develop the missiles. And this is a very important component in developing nuclear ability. This is the ballistic missile is the one where you put the nuclear head on. It has the possibility to enable the nuclear head to reach its destination. And the third reason is that Iran during many years proved itself very unworthy of the trust of the international community. They themselves confessed and admitted that they cheated in the past. Why should we believe them now that they are going to follow the agreement? You never know what hidden sides they have. So these are the reasons why we are not happy with this agreement.
최근 들어서 이스라엘과 사우디아라비아 두 나라의 관계가 좀 많이 좋아지고 있는 것 같아요. 그러면은 사우디아라비아와 관계가 안 좋은 이란, 그렇게 되면 이제 이스라엘과 이란과의 관계 어떻게 될 거라고 보시고요. 그렇게 되면은 이 중동 판도는 또 어떻게 변하게 될 거라고 이렇게 예상을 하십니까?
Well, I don't know about diplomatic relations between Israel and Saudi Arabia, but what I can say is as follows. Indeed, the situation in the Middle East has completely changed in the recent years, and it's not anymore a zero-sum game. And what I mean by that is the Arab world against Israel. This is not anymore the case. Actually, we find ourselves the same side on certain issues, of course, with the moderate Sunni countries in the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia or the Gulf states. Because nowadays there are two main threats which are recognized by us and them. One is the Iranian nuclear threat. And this threat is very dangerous to us, Saudi Arabia, Gulf states, and other moderate Sunni states. There is no doubt that the Iranian regime seeks hegemony in this region, and to reach a nuclear ability is one of the means to do so. And the other threat, which is very dangerous, is the very fanatic and radical fundamental Islam, like movements, organizations like Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and many other small organizations like that. So we and those Sunni countries are having the same shared interests to fight this phenomenon.
문제는 이란인데 이란의 전 대통령이었던 아흐마디네자드 같은 경우는 이스라엘을 향해서 아주 강경파였다가 하산 루하니가 대통령이 되면서 또 온건파로 돌아섰습니다. 이스라엘 입장에서는 이란을 대하는 그 정책의 변화가 좀 필요했을 것 같고요. 이번에 이제 다시 하산 루하니가 재선에 성공을 하게 된 것을 이스라엘 정부 입장에서는 어떻게 평가를 하고 계시는지요?
I think the question should be if Iran's stance toward Israel has been changed, and the answer is definitely no. So-called moderate president of Iran, his political position toward Israel is in no difference to the former president Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. There is a very clear position of the Ayatollah's regime strategy and political position toward the state of Israel. They want to destroy, they want to annihilate the state of Israel. They don't think there is a legitimacy to the state of Israel. They don't think there is a room for the state of Israel to exist in that region, and they want to annihilate us. They declared it many times, and this is their official position. And this is unbelievable, I think, because there is no precedence that a member state of the United Nations would like to destroy another member state of the United Nations. This is against the Convention of the United Nations, and this is a very unacceptable position of this regime. I would like to draw to your attention that there are many conflicts in the world, there are struggles and difference of opinions about territories, there are struggles, but it's no one nation which thinks that there is no place for other nation in the world. And in that sense, there is no difference really between so-called moderate president of Iran, the current one, Hassan Rouhani, or the former president Mahmoud Ahmadinejad.
이스라엘은 얼마 전에 웨스트뱅크 안에 유대인 정착촌 건설을 또 시작을 했습니다. 이런 걸 두고 이제 국제사회에서는 굉장히 비난을 하고 있는데 이스라엘 정부 입장에서 국제사회에 이 부분에 대해서 어떻게 설명하실 수 있을까요?
Very simple. I don't think the settlements are the problem. There is another problem. The problem is that the Palestinians, especially the Palestinian government, is not really ready to negotiate with Israel. They don't want to compromise with Israel. They don't want to come to terms with us. And I think many of them still, it's very difficult for them to accept the existence of the state of Israel. If you look, for example, on the Hamas organization, they don't think there is a room for Israel to exist in this region. They don't recognize the legitimate existence of Israel in this region. And our stance is very clear. We are ready to sit any moment with the Palestinians to negotiate with them a peace agreement. I think we proved in the past that we were ready to go very far away. It was done during the peace agreement with Egypt when we gave up all the peninsula of Sinai. It was done in the peace agreement with Jordan. And also, look what happened in Gaza. We evacuated all the settlements from our own will. 6,000 people were taken from their homes and resettled in Israel. Did it bring peace to Israel? No. What did it bring? Only more war, very extreme regime in Gaza, rockets, 4,500 rockets launched on Israel. This is the result. So I believe that the day that the Palestinians will show a more flexible stance and will be really in their hearts ready to do peace with Israel, all the problems are going to be solved, including the settlements.
조금 전에 하마스 이야기를 하셨는데 하마스는 이스라엘에게 어떤 존재고 하마스를 향한 이스라엘의 대책 어떤 것들이 있습니까?
Well, the Hamas is a very dangerous and terrorist organization which forced itself on the population of Gaza. Even the Palestinian Authority is against the Hamas. This is no doubt very fundamental, radical Islam organization. It's part of, its ideology, it's very close to the Muslim Brothers in Egypt. Even the Egyptians are aware to the danger of this organization. And they have a very clear ideology. There is no place for other minorities or people in the Middle East, only for the Muslims. And they want to destroy the state of Israel. They don't want to come to any compromise. They declared it many times in the past. So, if this is the situation, how can you talk with such an organization? How can you negotiate with such an organization? How can you accept such an organization if they declared war on us? And we are aware of this situation. We don't want to go to Gaza again, but we will take all the necessary steps in order to protect ourselves. I think we showed them a lesson in 2014 in Protective Edge operation, and since then, for last 3 years, the deterrence is working. I hope it will continue, and I hope they remember what happened then. But if it happens that not, Israel know how to protect itself.
이번엔 북한 문제를 좀 질문하겠습니다. 북한은 최근 들어서 계속해서 핵실험을 하고 또 미사일 발사 실험을 하면서 한국 사람들뿐만 아니라 전 세계에 많은 걱정을 끼치고 있습니다. 북한의 미사일 발사 실험이 이스라엘에게도 영향을 미치고 있다면 어떤 부분입니까?
Well, I think that the situation in recent year has escalated in the Korean Peninsula, and we are now in a very tense situation, dangerous situation. The Korean nuclear tests and ballistic tests are really not adding to the security of this region and the security of the world. And I think that the North Korean threat is not only a threat on South Korea or Japan or the neighboring countries. It's not only a regional threat. I think it has to be recognized. It is a threat all over the world. And I am afraid that, and I hope it won't happen, that if something happens here in the Korean Peninsula, if some violence will occur, if North Korea will start to do something, it will have a tremendous effect on the region, but not only the region, all over the world, economically and other aspects. And of course, also Israel, as a member of the international community, will be affected by that.
북한의 미사일 발사 실험이 이란과도 관련이 있다라고 이렇게 보십니까? 관련이 있다면 어떤 부분이 관련이 있다라고 보시는지요?
I believe that there is a connection. If you are going to examine the type and the technology of the North Korean missiles and the Iranian missiles, you will see a similarity between them, and I don't believe this is a coincidence. So there is a big chance that there is an exchange. There was definitely an exchange of technology between those two countries. By the way, there is definitely North Korea is cooperating with the enemies of Israel. I think they were responsible also for the nuclear reactor that was found in Syria. They definitely also transferring technology or transferred in the past technology to Syria. They are very dangerous.
그동안 한국의 대통령들은 이스라엘을 방문하지 않았습니다. 그 대신에 이란이나 아랍에미레이트 이런 아랍 국가들을 이제 방문했어요. 이제 새롭게 한국의 대통령과 정부가 바뀌었는데 이스라엘과 한국의 관계 우호 증진을 위해서 한국에 있는 이스라엘 대사로서 한국 정부에게 바라고 싶은 점이 있다면 어떤 부분입니까?
Well, you mentioned a very important point. This is my greatest wish that the Korean president, the new elected Korean president, His Excellency Moon Jae-in, will pay a visit to the state of Israel. and I hope it will happen. Israel has developed its relations with the Asian continent very intensively in recent years, and we have excellent relations nowadays with India, Vietnam, Japan, China, many other countries. The focus of the Israeli government is on the Asian continent. We are very much aware that the future is in Asia, the young generation is Asia, and this progress in relations with the different Asian countries is reflected also by exchange of high-level visits. And we had just recently a visit of the Prime Minister of India in Israel. This is the first historic visit of an Indian Prime Minister in Israel. 1 year ago we had the President of India. We had first historic visit of the Prime Minister of Singapore. A couple of years ago, President of Sri Lanka, who was, by the way, the chairman of Palestinian Sri Lanka Friendship Association. He came to Israel. Mr. Abe came to Israel. Years ago, Chinese president came to Israel. I, as ambassador to Korea, am looking very much forward for the president of Korea to come to Israel, especially due to the friendly relations that are existing between our two peoples and governments, of course. But not only the president, I would like to see the foreign minister coming to visit Israel, other ministers like education and science and agriculture and all the relevant fields where we can cooperate together. And I see a lot of potential for the relations between our two countries, because I think we are complementary in many things. I would like to see much more Korean tourists coming to Israel. Today there are only 30,000. It's a low number, especially due to the fact that 30% of this country are Christians. They should go more. This is one of my goals, to encourage Koreans to come to Israel. I hope that Korean Airlines, which has a direct flight to Israel, will increase its flights to 5 times a week, not only 3 times a week. I'm eager to see much more Korean students study in Israel. I would like to see a bigger volume of trade figures between the two countries, from 1.7 billion to a higher figure. I would like to see the FTA agreement being signed very soon. We actually almost completed our negotiations. I would like to see more cooperation in R&D. So there are many fields, and the sky is the limit, I believe.
한국의 대통령을 비롯한 여러 정치 지도자들도 좀 이스라엘을 자주 방문하고, 또 이스라엘의 대통령도 또 베냐민 네타냐후 총리도 한국을 방문하면서 서로 이렇게 교류가 활발해지면 더 가까워지지 않을까, 이런 생각을 하는데, 문제는 한국 사람들은 이스라엘에 대한 올바른 정보를 많이 접하고 있지 못하고 있습니다. 그 대신에 반이스라엘적인 외국의 뉴스들을 오히려 한국 사람들이 많이 보고 있어요. 대사님께서 보시기에는 이 한국의 이런 상황, 다른 나라에 비해서 좀 어떻습니까?
Well, of course, there are other countries where this situation is existing, and at least I, as ambassador of Israel to Korea, try to do my best to bring as much information as I can do to the public here in Korea. And I would like again to thank you for giving me the stage to do so through your media. I also meet other journalists here, and we try to approach the media as much as we can to give interviews if we are requested. But this is not the only place where we are acting. I try to expose and to meet as much parliamentarians here as I can, influential figures, government agencies, government officials, and to try and to bring the case of Israel to all of them.
얼마 전에 예루살렘의 성전산에서 팔레스타인 테러리스트들에 의해서 이스라엘 군인 2명이 총에 맞아 숨졌고요. 그 범인들 3명도 또 이스라엘 군인들에 의해서 사살이 됐습니다. 그래서 지금 예루살렘은 그 어느 때보다도 긴장감이 감돌고 있는 그런 상황인데, 이런 걸 보고 전 세계가 지금 걱정을 많이 하고 있어요. 이렇게 끝없이 이어지고 반복되는 이스라엘과 팔레스타인 간의 갈등, 긴장, 이것을 근본적으로 해결할 수 있는 대책, 대사님께서는 어떤 거라고 생각을 하십니까?
Of course, I think there is a solution for that. Actually, I think there must be a solution for that. We are there. The Palestinians are there. No one is going anywhere. Both of us are staying there. As you know, it's like neighbors. And we have to find the ways to live with each other in peace. We don't have any other choice. Otherwise, this conflict and tension will continue for many years. And the solution is known. The solution is known. It has been reiterated many times. The solution is 2 states for 2 peoples. And our Prime Minister accepted this solution. This solution has been accepted by former prime ministers. Israel showed for many years, as I mentioned before during the interview, that it's ready to go very far away to compromise with the Arab states, with the Arabs, with the Palestinians. We gave up a lot of territory for that. And we always reiterate and emphasize life in Jewish tradition is the most important issue. If we are really convinced that we can get security and peace, we are ready to do for that a lot. The Israeli public is ready to do a great compromise for that. But unfortunately, it seems that the Palestinian hasn't yet come to that point that they are ready to accept Israel fully and to do the necessary compromises. But I'm sure it will come. I don't know when. It might take more time, but I'm definite it will come because there is no other way.
우리 브래드TV는 한국과 전 세계에 있는 한인 디아스포라들 중에서 이스라엘을 특별히 사랑하고 또 이스라엘을 위해서 기도하는 분들이 시청하는 방송 프로그램입니다. 우리 브래드TV 시청자들에게 이스라엘 대사로서 인사 한마디 좀 해주시죠.
I'm very grateful to you for all the work you are doing for the state of Israel. I think it's a very important job to give a fair and undistorted coverage about the state of Israel, and not only to cover the political issues of Israel, but also many other aspects of the state of Israel, because Israel is a multifaceted state. Most of the people in the world usually know Israel only through politics, only the conflict, but there are so many other beautiful aspects of the state of Israel. There is dance, there is music, there is food, there is sceneries, it's the Holy Land. And people should be exposed to those aspects of the state of Israel. I kept during all my career telling to the foreign correspondents who are stationed in Israel from different media, don't cover only the conflict, cover also the other aspects of Israel. That's what you are doing. And my message to the viewers of this interview is please come and visit Israel, see Israel with your own eyes, get your first-hand impression, and after you come back to Korea, tell your friends and ask them also to come to Israel, because there is nothing like coming and see with your own eyes. And again, I would like to congratulate you on the very, very important job that you are doing. Thank you very much.
오늘 이렇게 바쁘신 중에도 귀한 인터뷰에 응해 주셔서 너무 감사합니다. Thank you very much.
감사합니다.
Tell us, when will these things be, and what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age?
That we are living in the end time right now. I'm not telling you the end time is coming. I'm telling you, you live in it right now. We are at the generation for which these prophecies were preserved. Term New World Order all the time, and more frequently now than ever. Well, the New World Order is simply world government, and it's forming right now. Furthermore, it's the world government prophesied in the Bible.
World government obviously suggests that you've got a single capital somewhere and a single flag and presumably a single national anthem, and the sovereignty of all other nations is subordinated to that.
Name for this event called the Abomination of Desolation, because Almighty God said He would place His name in Jerusalem and on the Temple Mount. Started with verse number 1. In verse number 11, Daniel, we don't have to guess, because verse 24, when we get to verse number 9 of Daniel chapter 12, God answers his prayer. To all the wonderful people of Korea, I've heard wonderful things about your nation. I've heard that it's a place where spirituality can really prosper. I produced a DVD series called Understanding the End Time. It's 14 DVDs. It deals with the United States, Great Britain, Russia, Germany, and the countries of Europe in the Bible. It teaches which countries are going to end up becoming a part of the one world government over which the Antichrist will rule. There's a prophecy in there about communism, capitalism, Islamism, Catholicism. Wonderful prophecy that's so astounding. There's a prophecy about where the Antichrist will come from, where the false prophet will come from. All these things you need to know, and most of all, the prophecy about the second coming of Jesus Christ and how you can know for sure that we're living in the era of the second coming. So if you're out there and you've never seen Understand the End Time, I would just urge you, at least look at the first lesson. If after that you don't think it's credible, then don't worry about it. But I don't think that'll happen to you. I think once you see the first lesson, you're going to realize that the prophecies of the Bible are coming to pass right now. And all I can say to you, listen to it, pay attention to it, check your Bible, and I'm hoping to someday come to Korea so that I can speak to you face to face. Until then, watch the Understanding the End Time series. God bless you.